Welcome back once again. I hope you are well. I hope your day is good. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This news is coming from Mali, National Culture and Reconciliation Week across the AES, and they are doing something wonderful over there. I was reading some of your comments and I was thinking this is exactly what you need to watch or what you need to hear about. They should unite, they should unite, they should unite. Families, I will leave you here to listen to everything and watch as well. There's a lot in this video, so I will not disturb you. I will see you. Thank you for your time.
The activities of Senari were officially launched this morning in the regions of Kaisegu, San and Kulikoro. This was done through panel discussions on the theme, Cultural Heritage, a Factor of Peace and Social Cohesion in the AIS area. Our reporters are Adamon Traore, Drissa Kone, Honore Chenu, and Brahim Adau.
This fourth edition of the National Reconciliation Week, which coincides with the Year of Culture, is themed Cultural Heritage, a Factor of Peace and Social Cohesion in the AIS area. The active forces of ECAIL are mobilized to make this week a time for dialogue and forgiveness.
Reconciliation is a factor of development. It is a factor of security. We must preserve peace and social cohesion for our sons and grandsons.
Given the security context our country is experiencing in general, and especially our region, the call I am making to the active forces of the ECAIL region is to join hands, to come together as one to defend the homeland.
For the representative of the regional governor, this week should be an opportunity to strengthen the participation of the entire population in national reconciliation.
Through this revealing theme of cultural heritage as a factor of peace and social cohesion in the AIS area, we will seek to fully value and promote Sahelian cultural heritage, which is the foundation and driving force for peace, reconciliation, and cohesion in the AES. Specifically, we will move toward reaffirming intergenerational transmission through culture as the basis for endogenous mechanisms of peace, traditional knowledge, tolerance, and peaceful coexistence.
During this National Reconciliation Week, several activities are planned in the city of Rails. These include panel discussions, radio broadcasts on the National Charter for Peace and Reconciliation, prayers for peace in mosques and churches, a cultural evening, and the final match of the football tournament for peace and reconciliation. Cultural heritage, a factor of cohesion and peace in the AIS area, is the national theme that also drives the launch of National Reconciliation Week in Ségou, a platform for promoting Sahelian cultural heritage.
Reconciliation should be more than just an ideal. It should be a reality experienced daily in our families, in our neighborhoods, in our villages, and in our cities. It is together, authorities, community leaders, civil society, youth, and women, that we can build a reconciled, strong, and united Mali.
The speaker, who is also a historian, Mr. Yamusa Coulibaly, spoke about aspects of our culture that are a source of national pride and should serve as a foundation for peace and national cohesion.
Today, the country needs all its sons and daughters to join hands. That is why we are gathered here today. We pray that God grants us this peace and cohesion in our country.
It is about highlighting the values, norms, traditions, symbols, and shared stories that have shaped the collective memory of the communities of Mali and other AS countries. By proceeding in this particular manner, local communities will be fully able to draw upon their own rich and widely shared cultural heritage, the inspiration that is needed to successfully design and implement sustainable long-term local development initiatives.
A skit addressing cohesion and peace is also one of the highlights of this ceremony. Prayer and blessing sessions for the country, involving all religious groups, are also scheduled for the end of the week.
Like the regions of Mali and the district of Bamako, the region of Saint-Just is taking part in the celebration of the fourth edition of National Reconciliation Week.
The aim is to highlight the values, norms, traditions, symbols, and shared stories that have shaped the collective memory of the communities of Mali and other AES countries, namely Burkina Faso and Niger.
I specifically mentioned Kuramfwa and Snauya, our traditional methods of education. We talked about those which can bring us peace within the AS region.
The multidimensional crisis that has affected Mali since 2012 has severely shaken these cultural foundations, which serve as social regulators and mechanisms for conflict prevention.
They talked about the family, What should heads of families undertake in terms of development and also ensuring the security of the family? The role of neighbors in society.
Today, these fundamentals have been abandoned. The conference was an opportunity to bring them back to light, to discuss them, and to encourage participants to take responsibility for them so that peace can return to our country.
Now considered ambassadors of peace, these participants must serve as intermediaries within their respective communities. Peace and social cohesion go hand in hand. That is why the transitional authorities have emphasized this year the theme, Cultural Heritage, a factor of peace and social cohesion in the AIS area. A week during which there will be discussions on strategies and mechanisms to achieve true reconciliation among Malians.
The week is a week when we are all invited to reflect on our collective ability to come together as a community and work together towards a common purpose.
To build a harmonious and peaceful future in the AS area.
This regional celebration of the 4th edition of the National Reconciliation Week in the capital of Nikita revolves around cultural activities related to the Year of Culture. The Director of the Governor's Office urges the entire population of his administrative district to unite in sacred solidarity around a peaceful Mali.
This national celebration aims to put culture back at the heart of public policy, to strengthen the country's cultural sovereignty, and to make artistic and heritage expressions drivers of development and social cohesion.
By initiating this National Week dedicated to reconciliation, the transitional authorities have committed themselves to fostering coexistence and ensuring the country's stability.
The same exercise took place in the regions of Douentza and Taoudeni, according to reports from our regional correspondents Dauda Kone and Fusaini Samakei.
The region of Douentza is a fine example of social cohesion and coexistence among communities. This example, which should be strengthened through the organization of the 4th edition of the National Reconciliation Week, has just been launched in the city of Ahiri. There is a strong mobilization in this city, which shares both history and geography with a neighboring country, namely Burkina Faso. Today, the entire Malian population, and especially that of the Douentza region, needs to reconcile and to live together without fear. In short, these people need peace. But how can we build peace without drawing from our cultural identity? In a region, here I mean the AS, where the population forms a cosmopolitan ethnic group. From September 15th to 21st, 2025, the National Reconciliation Week in Sennar will be marked in Douentza by a wave of awareness-raising activities for peace, forgiveness, and living together. The goal of the National Reconciliation Week is to ensure a stronger foundation for the values of reconciliation and living together, to celebrate the ideals of unity and social cohesion through educational, socio-cultural, artistic, sports, and commemorative activities, and to raise awareness among national and international stakeholders about issues of reconciliation and peace. Let us recall that the National Reconciliation Week is organized under the auspices of the ministry in charge of reconciliation. It is widely expected to have a significant ripple effect in terms of promoting greater mutual understanding and more constructive social dialogue. Representatives of regional authorities, traditional leaders, and civil society organizations from the Taoudeni region are taking part in the launch of the National Reconciliation Week. This 4th edition begins with a conference on the theme Cultural Heritage, a factor of peace and social cohesion in the AES area, followed by a presentation on the CDC approach, community-driven development. It was pointed out that cultural heritage, if we value it, preserve it, and use it as a means of social cohesion and peace, especially within the context of the AES, this cultural heritage passed down by our ancestors is something we share with all 3 AES countries. Reconciliation can only be effective if communities embrace the values of solidarity and cohesion upheld by their traditions. The National Reconciliation Week aims to promote dialogue, strengthen trust among the different components of society, and highlight the cultural resources that serve as levers of peace within the Sahel States Alliance area. The various speakers especially emphasized the importance of our cultural heritage, a compass for peace and social cohesion. I am sending a message to us in Taoudeni. Truly, I am raising this matter for the Douentza Committee. It's true that it's maintained among them, reconciled, being the same people, doing everything so that they can come together, so that we can truly contribute to peace in our country. The main objective of this week is to highlight and promote Sahelian cultural heritage as a lever for peace, reconciliation, and cohesion within the AES area. In terms of specific objectives, it aims, among other things, to reaffirm culture as the foundation of endogenous mechanisms for peace, to promote intergenerational transmission and traditional knowledge of tolerance and peaceful coexistence. In Taoudeni, this National Reconciliation Week will be marked by local awareness-raising activities on reconciliation, prayer sessions, collective blessings, and a football match between defense and security forces and the civilian population.
As part of
Thank you so much for listening and watching. For me, it's like my family's, your dream has come true. They should unite Africa, apart from some of our leaders, some of our presidents. Tribalism is another thing that is dividing us. The language barrier is another thing. The class thing is another thing that is dividing us. Because even under the comment section, sometimes when I share some videos, you will see them coming for me like, yes, they are deleting our own people and you don't want us to talk about it. They are not terrorists, they are our own people. Even Captain Ibrahim Traore as well. I read 2 or 3 comments some time ago. They are our own people and he's deleting our own people. It's because of this tribalism. If they can put that aside and they can unite, because at the end of the day, your auntie is there, your uncle is at the other side, your brother is here. We are all tangled together. And when you take that thing and you think you are going to destroy someone that you are annoyed with, it might be your own mother or father, or your brother or sister, or your long lost uncle or auntie. There's no difference between, and it doesn't make sense at all for them to be doing what they are doing. They put that thing there just to distract them. The religion matter and all that. Families, I won't waste your time. You heard them all. Let's keep praying for them. And hopefully they will understand the game as the leaders are also doing their best. Let them understand the game so they can stand together and win this, so they can use their resources for themselves. I hope. That's my prayers for them. My VIPs, my kings and queens, my returning families, thank you so much. God bless you all. If you are new here, my name is Mamri and you are very welcome. Join us as we support the AES. Join us. Thank you. Thank you for your time and everything. Bye-bye.